Warm evening air settles around you, soft and steady, as the last traces of the day fade into quiet. Nothing asks for your attention now. Nothing pulls or presses. This moment opens gently, like a slow breath easing out into the calm of a peaceful lakeside night. The world feels unhurried here. Light softens, sound softens. Even your thoughts begin to soften, as if the warm air itself is smoothing their edges. You don't have to do anything. You're simply arriving, slowly, comfortably, into a place that welcomes you without effort. Warm air drifts across the lake, moving with an easy rhythm that feels familiar and safe. The water holds the last glow of evening, a quiet shimmer that settles more and more with each passing moment. Everything near the shore seems to breathe in a slower way, and that slower rhythm begins to meet your own. A gentle hush spreads through the scene. Far-off sounds blur into a single, soft background, the kind that asks nothing of you, except to notice how peaceful it feels. The warmth of the night settles lightly against your skin, comforting and steady. It's the kind of warmth that helps the body loosen, little by little, without needing to try. Each breath moves more smoothly now. Each exhale opens a little more space inside you. The tension you carried earlier starts to drift away on its own, as if the warm air knows how to help you let go. Thoughts that once felt loud begin to quiet, the way the world quiets when night settles in. The lake lies calm and open, its surface smooth and unbroken. You can almost sense the stillness stretching out across the water, inviting you to settle into your own stillness. The gentle presence of the lake creates a kind of ease that moves through the body without words. It's a feeling of being supported, held by the quiet around you. Warm grass and soft earth anchor you to the moment. Nothing rushes, nothing stirs too quickly. The night moves slowly, and that slow movement wraps around you like a soft blanket. The pace of everything encourages you to match it, to drift into the same relaxed rhythm. As the air cools only slightly, it brings a subtle freshness that deepens your sense of calm. The blend of warm evening and gentle night air feels balanced and peaceful. It steadies the mind. It relaxes the muscles around the shoulders, the jaw, the hands. Everything begins to loosen in its own time. Now the light along the horizon fades into softer tones, and darkness settles in without any urgency. There's no sharp change, only the smooth transition from day to night. That smoothness creates space inside you, a soft widening that helps the mind rest. Each breath settles more easily in this softness. Quiet gathers naturally along the lake's edge. A slow, familiar silence begins to take shape, the kind that feels comforting rather than empty. In that silence, you can sense the world resting. You can sense yourself resting. You can sense the way the night supports every part of you. Warm breezes move gently through the nearby trees, carrying the faint scent of earth and summer leaves. The sound is light and soothing, a calm whisper that reminds you how safe and steady the night can be. Nothing here is harsh. Nothing here is sharp. Everything is softened by the warmth of summer. Your breathing finds a calm rhythm without being guided or controlled. It just happens naturally, the way the lake's surface stays gently still. Each inhale feels a little deeper, each exhale a little longer. The body knows how to respond to quiet. The mind knows how to respond to peace. thoughts drift more slowly now. They move the way warm air moves across the water, stretching out and softening at the edges. There's no need to hold onto anything. This moment allows everything to pass gently, at its own pace. Night continues to settle in, wrapping the lakeside in deepening calm. The warmth of the evening lingers in a soft, steady way that makes it easy, so easy to relax deeper into yourself. The quiet around you becomes the quiet within you, a calm that feels familiar, as though you've been here many times before. Nothing rushes, nothing intrudes. The world moves with the slow rhythm of summer nightfall, and that rhythm holds you. It cradles your breathing. It supports your thoughts as they grow quieter and quieter. You're not trying to relax. You simply are relaxing naturally in this warm lakeside calm. The last traces of daylight fade completely now, and the night's gentle darkness becomes a place of rest. It softens everything inside you, helping your mind loosen its grip on the day. Warm air, quiet water, and steady stillness work together to ease you into deeper peace. Here, in this moment, you are fully supported, fully safe, fully held by the softness of the evening. The entire lakeside seems to breathe in a slow, calming rhythm, and that rhythm becomes your own without effort. As the quiet deepens, your body and mind continue to settle. Warm air moves softly around you, the lake rests, the night rests, and you drift into this calm with the same gentle ease carried by the warmth and stillness of a peaceful summer night. Everything settles, everything slows, and you simply rest here in the soft quiet of the lakeside night. Soft evening light rests over the lake, stretching itself across the water in long, gentle bands of amber. The day is not quite gone, but it is no longer busy. Edges blur, colors soften. The world seems to exhale. Along the shore, shadows grow longer and calmer. They are not sharp anymore. They drift and merge like quiet thoughts beginning to slow down. The light touches the tops of the trees, then slides lower, as if even the sun is ready to rest. Warm air settles around everything. It wraps gently over skin, over the surface of the lake, over the quiet path by the water. Nothing feels rushed here. The warmth moves slowly, steady and kind, asking nothing from you except to feel it. In the distance, a few birds call out for the last time today. Their voices are softer now, less bright, as they look for their places to sleep. You might hear the gentle beating of wings overhead, then the hush of feathers settling into branches. Each sound marks the evening closing in, slowly, peacefully. The lake carries the light on its surface, turning it into a soft glow that moves with the faintest ripples. Amber and gold slide across the water, then deepen into gentle, dusky tones. The reflections stretch out like a path, guiding the eyes toward stillness. Air near the shore is warm and close, with a hint of coolness waiting below it. That balance feels soothing. It calms muscles that have been tight all day. Shoulders feel a little heavier in a good way, a way that says they are finally allowed to drop. Here the last pieces of the day's noise float away. Whatever felt busy a few hours ago seems far off, like distant echoes fading across the water. The light itself seems to carry away the remnants of those thoughts, drawing them out into the open sky as it slowly sinks. A soft breeze moves over your arms, over your face. It doesn't hurry. It brushes lightly, then passes, then returns again. This warm air has a gentle rhythm, like a slow, quiet breath. Each time it returns, something inside relaxes just a little more. Shadows from the trees reach down toward the lake and lie there long and smooth. They don't feel dark or heavy. They feel soft and quiet, like a blanket spreading out over the land. The ground cools slowly. The air keeps its gentle warmth a little longer. Birdsong grows sparse now. A final call here, a short answer there, then silence. Tiny wings fold in, small bodies rest in hidden places among leaves and branches. The sky holds their soft goodnights and then lets them sink into the stillness. The amber light near the horizon begins to fade into deeper colors. Orange shifts to rose, then to a quiet blue that feels calm and deep. It's a slow, gradual change. You might hardly notice the moment when one color turns into another. It just happens, easily, on its own. Warm air continues to hold you as the light changes. It rests on the skin like a reassuring hand, steady and kind. Each breath comes in smooth and full and drifts out long and easy. Breathing begins to match the pace of the evening. The lake grows quieter as the surface becomes smoother. Any small waves from the day's breeze have long since settled. What remains is a gentle, almost glassy calm. Light glides over it one last time before sinking away. The water seems to be preparing for its own night of rest. Around you, details soften. Leaves along the path don't demand attention. Stones along the shore aren't sharp to the eye. The world steps back a little, giving space for your senses to slow. You are surrounded by calm, but it arrives without forcing anything. It just appears like a natural part of evening. Now the warmth of the day settles deeper into the earth, into the trunks of trees, into the surface of the lake. That stored warmth radiates back gently, almost like a quiet glow you can feel rather than see. It supports you from beneath and around, a soft cradle of summer air. Every so often, a tiny ripple moves across the lake, catching the last bits of light. It's a small, gentle motion, barely there. Then it smooths out again and returns to stillness. The pattern of small movement and calm mirrors what is happening inside, a thought rising, then fading away. The sky above holds the last thin band of gold near the edge of the world. Just above it, the blue grows deeper and more peaceful. It feels wide and open, a place where daytime concerns can drift upward and disappear. You don't need to chase them or push them away. The evening light takes care of that for you. As the light softens further, so does the sound of the world. Footsteps, voices, traffic from earlier in the day feel distant now, as if they belong to a different place. Here only the small, natural sounds remain. A quiet rustle of leaves, a soft splash in the distance, a low hum of evening insects beginning their night. Warm air glides over the cheeks, the forehead, the hands. It is steady and constant, like a gentle promise that you are safe here. Tension that once sat behind the eyes, in the jaw, at the back of the neck, begins to melt. Muscles loosen without effort. The line between light and shadow grows fuzzy. Land and water share the same soft tones. The scene becomes simple, unhurried, and easy to rest in. Nothing demands focus, nothing demands action. You are just here, in the quiet turning of the day. Birds that have found their resting places no longer call out. They are silent now, tucked into the safety of branches and reeds. Their quiet adds to the overall calm, as if the whole lakeside is agreeing to slow down together. Each moment stretches a little longer than the one before. Time feels less like a series of tasks and more like a gentle flow. You drift with it. The evening light leads the way as it thins and softens, teaching the body how to relax, simply by example. The final rays slip away behind the horizon, leaving a soft afterglow. It isn't bright, it's a subtle, lingering presence that slowly fades, like a sigh at the end of a long day. That fading light seems to carry away the last bits of tension you didn't even know you were holding. Now the lakeside stands in a calm, muted glow. Warm air continues to rest quietly against your skin. The water lies smooth and dark, peaceful and deep. The first signs of night gather, but they feel gentle, comforting, and kind. Breathing follows the rhythm of the evening, in slow, out slow. Each exhale carries you a little further from the fast pace of the day and closer to the soft, easy quiet of night. The last of the soft evening light rests inside you now, as a feeling rather than a colour, a feeling of warmth, a feeling of ease, a feeling of calm beginning to settle and continue to settle as the lakeside night draws gently in. Warm summer air glides over the lake, smooth and steady, carrying the last traces of daylight with it. Everything feels slower now, as if the evening itself has softened its pace. The warmth settles around you like a gentle embrace, quiet and unhurried. At the water's edge, the air changes in small, comforting ways. Warm currents drift across your skin, easy and familiar. Then, beneath that warmth, a faint coolness rises from the surface of the lake. It touches the air with a quiet balance, not sharp or sudden, but soft and steady, like a whisper of night approaching. This mixture of warm and cool creates a calm that feels almost like being held. The contrast is soothing. The warm air relaxes the body, while the cool undertones steady the mind. Each breath feels fuller, smoother, easier. The body begins to settle into this gentle shift without effort. A light ripple moves across the lake, barely visible, but easy to sense in the air. It carries a soft rhythm that spreads outward in slow, even circles. When the air moves across the water, it picks up a damp freshness, blending with the lingering heat of the day. The result is a warm breeze with a cool, sleepy edge. Small reflections drift on the surface, moving with the slightest motion of the air. They shimmer faintly, then fade, then appear again. The ripples smooth themselves out almost as soon as they begin. The lake seems to breathe in a calm, even pattern, setting the pace for everything around it. Warm air brushes lightly across your arms and face, then settles again, making each part of the body feel heavier in the most peaceful way. Muscles loosen, shoulders soften, the mind follows, letting the warmth cradle each thought until it grows quiet. Another breath of air moves gently toward you, warm at first, then carrying a cool trace that feels grounding. The shift is subtle. One blends into the other. Warmth softens the surface of the skin, and the cooler undertone drifts deeper, creating a sense of ease that spreads through the whole body. The lake holds the warmth of the day in its upper layers, releasing it slowly as night draws closer. That warmth rises into the air like a calm exhale. At the same time, cooler currents rise from deeper water, balancing the air with quiet steadiness. Together, These layers create a soft, floating comfort. Every movement of air feels round and gentle. Nothing pushes, nothing pulls. Each shift happens in its own slow time. Warmth drifts closer, then recedes, then returns again, like a calm heartbeat moving through the evening. A faint stirring across the water sends soft ripples outward. They glide into each other, merging and fading into smoothness. The lake catches the last bits of brightness around the edges, reflecting them as small flickers of light. Those flickers move with the rhythm of the air, as if floating on the breath of the night. Warm evening air carries a sense of familiarity, like the end of a long day that finally begins to rest. The coolness rising from the water adds a gentle weight, a quiet signal to slow down. Together, they create a cradle-like calm that wraps around you. In this moment, everything feels balanced. The warmth encourages the body to soften. The cool undertones bring a sense of grounding. The two blend together until the body feels held in a way that requires no thought at all. Even distant sounds seem slowed by the warm air. A soft splash far down the shoreline. The faint hum of insects waking for the night. These sounds drift across the lake in warm waves, carried along the surface before fading into the air around you. Warmth moves through the branches of nearby trees, stirring their leaves with a comforting rustle. Then the cooler drift from the lake rises to meet it, adding depth to each breath the night takes. The trees sway a little, responding to the same gentle motion that moves through the air around you. Breathing becomes quieter here. It follows the slow pattern of the lake without any need to direct it. Warm air expands the chest softly. The slight coolness helps the breath settle deeper. Each inhale feels easier. Each exhale feels longer and smoother. The ground holds the day's warmth too, rising up in soft waves that blend with the air. You feel it lingering in the earth, steady and low, meeting the warm air, moving across your skin. It all fits together naturally, like pieces of the evening falling into place. Small reflections continue to drift on the surface of the lake. They stretch, fold, and soften with every ripple. The warm air carries them slowly, without haste, letting them fade and return in their own time. Watching them, even quietly in your mind, brings a sense of gentle rhythm. A deeper calm settles in now. The warm air becomes more constant, more even. The cool undertones from the water become softer and rounder. Together they create a steady comfort that feels close to drifting. Thoughts grow slower. The body grows heavier. The world feels kind. The air moves along the shoreline one more time, warm and smooth. It carries the scent of water, the faint earthiness of damp soil, the last touch of sunlight from earlier in the day. Then the cool drift rises again, steadying everything it touches. You rest between these two quiet forces, warmth that softens, coolness that steadies. The evening holds you in the space between them, a space where nothing needs to be done and nothing needs to change. Now the lake grows even calmer. Ripples fade into stillness. Reflections blur into a soft glow. The warm air continues to move with slow intention, almost like a gentle hand smoothing the surface of the night. Each breath settles, each thought becomes quieter. The warm air on the water wraps around you steady and soft, carrying you deeper into the quiet ease of this summer night, drifting, settling, resting in the calm. The sky softens as evening deepens, opening into a wide, quiet space above the lake. Warm air rises gently, carrying the last hints of daylight with it. Everything feels slower up here, as if the sky itself has stretched into a long, peaceful breath. Clouds drift in the fading light, moving with an ease that asks nothing of you. Their shapes shift slowly, almost lazily, across the open sky. They glide without effort, without direction, simply following the quiet rhythm of the evening. Watching them, even in thought, brings a sense of calm that settles deep inside. The color of the sky changes softly. Pale blue melts into gentle shades of rose, then into twilight hues that feel calm and steady. These colors don't rush their way across the sky. They blend, dissolve, and expand in long, smooth transitions. The warmth of the day lingers for a moment, then fades into cooler tones that soothe the mind. Higher up, the clouds lighten and stretch, spreading across the sky like soft, slow-moving sheets. They drift apart, then gather again in gentle folds. Each one seems to float in its own time, unhurried and free. As they move, the spaces between them widen, creating pockets of open sky that feel peaceful and spacious. A quiet sense of release comes with watching the clouds move. Thoughts begin to drift with them, rising and spreading into the open air. Every slow shift in the sky gives permission for the mind to loosen. The heaviness of the day grows lighter, as if lifted into the soft expanse above. Warm air still lingers near the surface of the lake, holding the last glow of sunlight. But higher up, the air cools slightly, carrying the calm of the oncoming night. That gentle contrast creates a comforting balance. The warmth relaxes. The faint coolness clears space inside you. The clouds continue their slow travel across the sky. Some dissolve into the deepening color, fading into soft smudges of grey and rose. Others drift into the distance, becoming smaller and lighter as they move. Their passing feels natural and smooth, like the quiet unfolding of time. A soft breeze rises, carrying the scent of water and warm earth. It moves gently across the lake and lifts toward the sky, brushing against the drifting clouds. This movement is subtle, barely enough to stir them, but it adds a quiet rhythm to the air, like a slow heartbeat moving through the evening. The sky widens with every passing moment. As the clouds spread out, the open space around them grows calmer and deeper. That openness invites your thoughts to stretch and relax. You can feel the mind settling, letting go, drifting into the wide stillness above. Twilight colors settle in layers across the sky. Warm tones near the horizon slowly fade into cooler blues and soft purples. These colors drift together, each one moving at its own gentle pace. The transition is smooth, creating a sense of time slowing down, as if the night is arriving in a long, soft sigh. Clouds near the horizon become faint outlines, almost translucent in the changing light. Their edges blur into the sky, dissolving bit by bit. Watching them fade brings a sense of ease, as if anything heavy or crowded inside you can fade just as gently. The air grows quieter as the day's heat finally loosens its hold. A soft coolness rises from the lake and mixes with the warm air above it. This blend feels soothing, like the perfect balance between comfort and release. It encourages the body to relax deeper, to settle into the easy rhythm of the night. Above you, clouds continue their slow drift. Their movement is steady, smooth, and unbroken. They glide across the sky with no urgency, no resistance. This slow motion drift creates a spacious calm that spreads through the body, helping every part of you soften at its own pace. As twilight deepens, the clouds grow darker and lighter at the same time. Their shapes become simpler, their movement becomes even slower. They move like quiet thoughts drifting to the edges of awareness, thinning out and dissolving into the gentle quiet. The air shifts again, carrying a sigh of coolness from the deeper water. It rises through the warm layers and reaches your skin in a soft, soothing touch. This coolness isn't sharp. It doesn't startle. It simply eases into the moment, blending with the warmth like two hands meeting in calm. The sky continues to open. Each moment feels a little wider than the last. Space stretches in all directions, giving your thoughts room to breathe. Everything that once felt close or heavy now feels farther away, softened by distance and quiet. Clouds become faint in the twilight. Some disappear into the deepening blue, their shapes too soft to hold onto. Others remain as gentle smears of light and shadow, drifting toward the edge of the world. Their slow passage invites your mind to drift with them, steady and calm. The last warm glow of the day fades from beneath the clouds. Darkness gathers, but it gathers gently, wrapping the sky in a smooth, velvety calm. There are no sudden changes, only the deepening of color, the thickening of quiet, the soft settling of night. Above the lake, the sky becomes a broad, peaceful expanse. What remains of the clouds drifts like faint memory, quiet and light. Their movement slows until they feel almost still, suspended in the warm evening air. Breathing grows easier in this open space. Inhale, and the sky seems to widen. Exhale, and the body settles deeper into the calm. The rhythm becomes natural, unforced, as if shaped by the slow drift of the clouds themselves. The warmth of the day fades softly now, leaving a gentle coolness that feels restful and kind. Thoughts drift outward into the sky, thinning and dissolving like the last traces of cloud in the twilight. The slow drift continues, quiet and steady, until the clouds become part of the night itself. Their movement fades into stillness. Their shapes melt into the deepening sky, and the calm that fills the space above settles softly into the space within you, easing, widening, drifting into quiet. Warm evening air rests gently along the lakeshore as you begin to move at an easy, unhurried pace. The ground beneath you feels inviting, soft enough to comfort each step, steady enough to support you. The shoreline holds a quiet rhythm of its own, a calm murmur that settles deeper with every breath. Your first step sinks softly into warm sand. The grains shift around your feet in a slow, gentle give, creating a natural cushion. Each movement feels light and simple. The sand warms the skin, easing the tension that lingers from the day. The warmth rises through your legs as if the earth is welcoming you home. A few steps later, the texture changes. Smooth stones press lightly against the soles of your feet. They are cool in some places, still warm in others, shaped by sun and water. Over time, their rounded edges make each step feel grounded and steady. You adjust naturally to the surface without thinking, letting the lake guide your pace. The hush of the shoreline follows you as you walk. Water slips up against the sand in a slow, calming rhythm. The sound is soft and even, like a whisper spread across the night. It matches your steps, step by step, moving with you instead of around you. The world feels quiet here, almost weightless. Warm earth meets your feet again as you continue. It feels dense and gentle, holding the warmth of the day. Each step settles into this warmth, and the body responds, shoulders loosening, breath deepening, thoughts drifting into the steady pace of your movement. Nothing feels rushed, nothing needs to change. The evening light fades a little farther, creating softer shadows around your path. Those shadows do not hide anything. They simply soften the world, taking away sharp edges and leaving only gentle shapes. Walking through them feels natural, like drifting through a warm memory. Your footsteps grow quieter as the sand returns. Its soft surface creates a muted sound that blends into the quiet around you. Each step becomes lighter, almost effortless, as if the earth is helping to lift some of the weight from your body. You sink into the moment, slow and steady. A small ripple of water reaches the shore as you pass. It touches the sand with a quiet sigh, then slips away. Another follows, matching your pace again. The lake seems to breathe alongside you, each wave mirroring the rise and fall of your own breath. This shared rhythm deepens the calm inside you. The stones return beneath your feet for a while. Their smoothness encourages a slower pace. The slight coolness rising through them offers balance to the warm air above. It feels grounding, steadying, real. You sense the support beneath every step, a reminder of how firmly the world can hold you. Warm breezes drift across your path, brushing against your arms, your face, your chest. They carry the smell of water and the faint scent of earth. Sometimes the breeze is warm, sometimes it cools slightly near the surface of the lake. Each shift adds to the soft rhythm of your steps. As you continue walking, the hush of the shoreline becomes a backdrop for quiet thoughts. Thoughts come and go gently, without pulling you away from the moment. They rise like bubbles, then dissolve in the soft air around you. The rhythm of your steps gives them space to fade. Each footfall becomes more delicate as you settle deeper into the walk. The body feels lighter, freer, less bound to the pace of the day. Your steps make small impressions in the sand. Then the waves wash them away in their own time. Nothing stays fixed. Everything flows at its natural pace. Occasionally, you feel a small, cool stone beneath your foot. Its round surface presses upward for a moment, then rolls slightly as you shift your weight. This gentle variation grounds you even more deeply, reminding you of the simple contact between your body and the earth. Warm air gathers around you again, wrapping softly across your skin. It carries a sense of comfort, a sense of peace. Moving through it feels like gliding through a warm blanket of night. The contrast between the air and the cooler stones creates a balance that steadies the breath. Your pace remains slow, and the world moves slowly with you. The shoreline curves gently ahead, guiding your steps without urgency. Every part of this space supports your calm. The sand, the stones, the warm air, the quiet water, the steady ground beneath you. The rhythm of walking becomes almost meditative. One step, then another, each one softening the body a little further, each one easing the mind a little more. The movement is simple, natural, and soothing. It anchors you in the moment without holding you tightly. Warm earth returns once more beneath your feet. Its softness absorbs your weight, spreading it gently through the ground. The muscles in your legs loosen further. Your steps feel slower, almost floating. You are fully present in the warm, quiet night. Even the air seems to walk with you. It moves in small waves, rising and falling as you continue your slow path along the shore. It carries warmth in one moment, a whisper of coolness in the next. These shifts feel comforting, like small reminders that the evening is alive and peaceful. Your footsteps grow quiet enough to blend into the hum of night. The sounds around you soften, the gentle rustle of leaves, the distant call of a night bird settling in, the faint lap of water on the shore. Everything merges into one steady hush that follows you. The ground changes again, returning to smooth stones that greet your feet with a light, steady touch. Their weight and coolness offer a final grounding before the path becomes soft once more. Each step feels balanced, real and soothing. Walking slows naturally, not because you choose to slow, but because the night encourages it. Each step becomes lighter, softer, as if your feet barely touch the ground. The path supports you with every movement. Warm air, gentle shoreline sounds, the softness beneath your feet. All of it wraps around you like the quiet of a long exhale. Each step carries away the last bits of lingering tension. Each footfall invites deeper rest. You continue at this soft pace a little longer, drifting along the warm lakeshore. The world grows quieter, the body grows heavier, the mind grows calmer. Footsteps fade into the night's gentle rhythm, slower, lighter, until they merge with the calm around you. Warm night air settles around the lakeside, deeper and quieter than before. The world feels hushed now, wrapped in a soft darkness that invites the body to rest. Each breath drifts slowly, blending with the gentle calm of the evening. As the last traces of daylight fade, small glimmers begin to appear near the ground. They flicker in and out, faint at first, like tiny sparks waking from sleep. The warm air holds them still for a moment, then they lift, blinking softly as they rise from the grass. More lights appear, scattered and gentle. They glow for a heartbeat, then dim, then glow again. Each one moves with an easy rhythm, floating a few inches above the earth before drifting higher. Their soft blinking feels like a quiet greeting from the night itself. Grass rustles lightly as warm breezes brush through it. The small lights drift with that movement, swaying as the air shifts. Each glow seems to pause before brightening again, creating slow, shimmering patterns that spread across the shoreline. The night grows richer with every blink. One small glow hovers close, brightening for a few long seconds, then fading in a gentle sigh of light. Another flickers nearby, then another. Soon the scene becomes scattered with these delicate pulses. They rise from the warm earth as if called upward by the deepening darkness. The air feels intimate here, almost close enough to touch. It wraps around the drifting lights, carrying them toward the water's edge. The glow of each firefly reflects softly on the lake, doubling the quiet magic of the moment. Tiny points of light ripple on the surface, then dissolve into the water as the ripples fade. The warm darkness deepens, turning the world soft and velvety. The blinking lights seem brighter against this backdrop, though they never rush or demand attention. They glow in their own slow rhythm, inviting your thoughts to follow their gentle rise and fall. A firefly drifts a little higher, floating upward until it becomes just a faint point against the sky. Another stays low, weaving slowly through the grass. Their paths create a quiet dance, patient and unhurried. Watching them, even in imagination, brings a sense of deep stillness. The warm night air continues to hold everything in place. It carries the scent of grass, water, and earth warmed by the day. With each breath, the body sinks deeper into the soft calm. Thoughts quiet themselves, drawn into the slow, steady glow of tiny lights around you. Fireflies gather near the shoreline now. Their reflections shimmer across the water, stretching and shrinking with the smallest waves. The lake seems to cradle the lights, holding them gently before letting them fade. Each reflection moves at a pace so slow it feels almost like a long, quiet breath. More lights appear in the grass behind you, spreading their glow through the warm stillness. Some brighten boldly for a moment, others linger softly, like distant embers. The mixture of strong and subtle glows creates a soothing pattern that feels safe and comforting. The night feels closer now, embracing the warm air and the drifting lights. You sense the quiet intimacy of this darkness, a darkness that is gentle rather than heavy. Each glow from the fireflies feels like soft heartbeat within the night, steady and calm. The warmth in the air never fades completely. It lingers across your skin, mixing with the slight coolness rising from the water. This balance creates a peaceful cradle around you, encouraging your breath to settle into an easy rhythm. Inhale slowly, exhale even more slowly. The glow of the fireflies mirrors that same simple rhythm. One small cluster of lights moves across the path ahead, drifting in a loose curve toward the trees. Their blinking becomes more delicate as they move, as if the darkness is taking them into its arms. The hush of the shoreline wraps around the movement, holding it gently. A single firefly glows a steady amber near your feet. It hovers for a moment, resting in the warmth, then rises with a light flutter. Its glow brightens as it climbs, then dims as it drifts toward the water. The reflection it leaves behind lingers for a heartbeat before fading into the calm surface. Tiny lights continue to appear, one after another. They fill the warm night air with simple wonder, floating slowly and quietly. Their soft blinking creates a peaceful rhythm the mind easily syncs with. Thoughts loosen, drifting with each pulse of light. The deeper the night becomes, the more the fireflies seem to glow. Their lights shimmer through the darkness like warm breaths scattered across the shore. They rise from the grass, drift between branches, hover above the water, fading and returning in their own gentle time. The sound of the lake softens the moment even further. Gentle ripples move toward the shore, brushing lightly against the sand. The glow of a nearby firefly reflects on those ripples, stretching into a soft, wavering line of light. Then the glow fades, and the reflection disappears. Warm breezes return, moving through the grass and across your skin in slow waves. They carry the quiet scent of summer, guiding the drifting lights as they rise and fall. Every movement in the air seems to hold the promise of rest. Fireflies pulse more sparsely now, each glow standing out against the deepening night. The silence around them grows fuller, richer, as if the world is settling into its most peaceful state. Each blink of light feels like a gentle signal to relax, to soften, to settle deeper. The warm darkness wraps around you like a calm blanket. A few final lights drift upward, glowing once or twice more before fading into the sky. Others linger near the ground, keeping their soft rhythm until the night becomes very still. The glow of the fireflies becomes part of the night's quiet heartbeat. Their gentle light blends into the warm air, into the calm water, into the soft hush that surrounds everything. Slowly, softly, their magic settles into the darkness, inviting your whole body to settle with it, drifting, glowing, and fading into deep, quiet rest. Night has settled gently over the lake, and nearby a stand of tall pines waits in the warm dark. Their shapes rise quietly against the sky, steady and still. The air around them feels calm and deep, like a pool that has finally stopped moving. Then, from somewhere distant, a breeze begins to stir. It gathers itself slowly, picking up the warmth of the evening and the cool breath rising from the water. When it reaches the pines, it softens even more, becoming a smooth, easy flow that moves through the branches. The first touch of the breeze is light. It slips between the trunks, gliding over bark and needles with almost no sound at all. Then gently, it grows. The pine needles shift and sway, creating a soft whisper that spreads from tree to tree. It's a quiet, sighing sound, smooth and continuous. The scent of pine rises with the movement. Resin, wood, and green needles blend into a fresh, comforting smell. It's cool and clean, with just a hint of sweetness from the warm day that is past. With each breath, that scent fills your chest, washing through you like a slow, clear wave. As the breeze moves through the branches, it carries the feeling of night deeper into the forest. The needles brush against one another in gentle patterns, like a calm conversation between the trees. The sound is never sharp. It rolls and flows, always soft, always quiet. The tops of the pines sway a little, bending with the wind in slow arcs. They move together, as if they share the same long, easy breath. That motion is steady and reassuring. It tells you that the world is held by something patient and kind. Cooler air rides the breeze now. It slides along your skin, over arms and face, easing the last traces of heat from the day. The warmth of the evening remains underneath, but this cool breath of night brings balance. It invites your muscles to loosen, to surrender a little more. In the spaces between the trees, the breeze creates small currents that twist and turn. Some move low along the ground, stirring pine needles scattered on the forest floor. Others weave higher up, brushing the long branches and drawing out more of that deep, resinous scent. Everything the wind touches seems to soften. The gentle hum of the night gathers around the sound of the breeze. Insects sing in the background with a steady, quiet rhythm. A distant frog calls from the direction of the lake. These sounds blend with the pine whisper until they are all part of the same soft song. Each time the breeze returns, it feels like a long exhale passing through the trees. It starts high in the treetops where the needles shiver and murmur. Then it moves downward through the middle branches and finally to the lower boughs that hang closer to the earth. The sound flows from high to low, then slowly fades away. In this pattern, the body finds a rhythm it can follow. The breath begins to match the wind. Inhale as the breeze gathers. Exhale as it passes through the pines. With every slow, steady breath, more tension drifts out of the shoulders, the neck, the jaw, the hands. The forest floor holds the coolness of the night. The earth is firm and steady beneath everything, anchoring the tall trunks that reach upward. The breeze brushes the ground lightly, stirring little swirls of air among roots and fallen needles. That contact with the earth brings a quiet sense of safety. When the wind pauses, the pines stand very still. Needles rest, branches relax back into their natural shape. In that brief stillness, the night's hum becomes more noticeable. The soft buzz of insects, the faint echo of water moving along the shore. Then the breeze returns, and the branches begin their gentle whisper again. Each cycle of wind and quiet draws you deeper into relaxation. The long, flowing sound soothes the mind, smoothing out any remaining rough edges in your thoughts. Ideas that once felt sharp or busy now seem far away, like distant echoes swallowed by the trees. The scent of pine continues to deepen. It wraps gently around each breath, cool and comforting. You might notice hints of earth and bark beneath it, a reminder of how old and steady these trees are. That sense of age and steadiness supports you too, helping you feel held by the world around you. Above, the tops of the pines move in slow unison, bending and straightening with the breeze. They never fight the wind. They yield, then return over and over, completely at ease. Watching them in your mind, you sense how natural it is to let go, to stop resisting, to move with what comes instead of against it. The breeze grows a little stronger for a moment, then eases again. Needles rustle more fully, creating a deeper, fuller sound that fills the space between the trees. It's never loud. It's simply richer, like a soft blanket being shaken out and then laid gently back down. As it passes, the cool breath of night slips through clothing and across skin. It washes over the back of the neck, over the shoulders, down the arms, and across the chest. Every place it touches feels a little looser, a little heavier in a peaceful way. The body responds without effort, surrendering to the calm. The hum of nightlife continues beneath the wind. Insects keep their steady rhythm. A small flutter of wings may move from one branch to another. A distant splash from the lake reaches the edge of the forest, softened by the trees. These sounds sit under the pine whisper like a gentle, steady heartbeat. With each passing moment, the breeze feels more familiar. It comes and goes in long, unbroken lines, like waves of quiet moving through the forest. Its presence is kind, patient, and forgiving. Nothing about it demands anything. It simply moves, and in moving, it soothes. The branches sway more slowly now. Needles brush one another in finer, smaller movements. The sound becomes lighter, thinner, like a distant lullaby drifting through the trees. The night air settles a little cooler, a little more still, wrapping you in a calm that feels deep and complete. Breathing is effortless here. Chest and belly rise and fall with no strain at all. The body feels like it is being gently rocked by the same rhythm that moves the pines. Thoughts loosen even further, drifting out into the night, like tiny leaves carried away on the wind. The breeze begins to soften, each pass a little gentler than the one before. The whisper of the branches grows quieter, more delicate. The scent of pine lingers, steady and grounding, even as the air becomes more still. Finally, the wind thins into a light touch, brushing the tops of the trees one last time. Needles shift softly, then come to rest. The forest holds its breath in a peaceful hush. Night sounds continue in a low, steady hum. Warmth and coolness balance in the air. The pines stand guard, calm and quiet. The body rests, fully supported, cradled by the deep stillness that follows. As the last traces of the breeze fade into the gentle hum of the night, night has settled fully around the lake, deep and quiet. The sky above is darkening into a calm, endless space. The air feels cooler now, soft against your skin, carrying the peaceful stillness of late evening. At the far edge of the horizon, a pale glow begins to rise. It starts as a faint, silvery light, barely there at first. Slowly, so slowly, it grows brighter, forming a gentle curve that peaks above the line of the distant trees. The moon is lifting itself into the sky. Its movement is unhurried, almost slow motion. Inch by inch, it rises higher, easing into view. The glow spreads across the lake in a thin silver path, delicate and shimmering. This path stretches from the far shore toward you, pulling your awareness into the quiet center of the scene. The surface of the water catches the light and softens it. Small ripples move lazily across the lake, turning the reflection into gentle waves of silver. Each ripple rises and falls in a smooth rhythm, like a calm breath rolling over the water. The light wavers, then smooths out, then wavers again. As the moon climbs, its reflection lengthens. What began as a thin glimmer becomes a wide, glowing trail drifting across the water. The lake looks as if it has been brushed with soft light, every movement creating new patterns, new lines, new gleams. Watching it, time feels slower, stretching, easing. The air continues to cool, but in a gentle way. It touches your face and arms with a soft, refreshing chill that never feels harsh. Beneath that coolness, the warmth of the day lingers faintly in the earth and in the lake's shallow edges. The mix of cool and warm makes the night feel safe and balanced. Moonlight spills across the trees that ring the lake. It traces the outlines of branches and leaves in pale silver, turning them into quiet shapes against the sky. Shadows grow longer and softer, spreading across the shore in smooth, dark pools that invite rest. The sky clears around the rising moon. A few faint stars appear, scattered and calm, but the moon holds most of the attention. Its round face glows steadily, serene and gentle. It doesn't demand anything. It simply shines, offering its light to the water, the trees, and the quiet air. On the surface of the lake, the silver path shimmers with every small motion. A tiny wave passes, and the light breaks into fragments, dancing for a moment before coming back together. These soft silver ripples seem to mirror the mind. Any little movement of thought appears, glows briefly, then smooths out again into stillness. Each breath draws in the coolness of the night and the faint scent of water. The inhaled air feels clean and pure, like it has been rinsed by the calm of the lake. Each exhale feels longer than the last, carrying away whatever remains of the day. The body responds by relaxing deeply, limb by limb. The world around you feels slowed to a gentle crawl. Nothing rushes. Trees do not sway quickly. The lake does not churn. Clouds, if they pass at all, drift slowly across the face of the moon and move on without hurry. Every motion seems stretched out, softened, like the night is carefully laying each second down. Moonlight reaches into the shallow places near the shore. It touches small stones beneath the water, making them shine faintly in the dark. The water there is very still, holding the light like a quiet mirror. You can sense the coolness rising from these edges, a tender breath that meets the night air. Further out, the lake deepens into darker shades, almost black, but always with that soft band of silver across its surface. The contrast makes the brightness of the reflection feel even more soothing. It's a gentle guide for the eyes, a simple line of light that leads inward, toward calm. Now the moon sits higher, clear and steady in the sky. Its glow covers the lake and the shore with a soft, luminous veil. The details of the day are gone. Colors have faded into tones of silver, grey, and deep blue. The scene is simple and quiet, easy for the mind to rest in. A tiny motion on the water, a fish stirring perhaps, sends a new set of ripples through the reflection. They widen slowly, creating rings of shaken light that travel outward. As they spread, the light becomes softer and softer until it settles back into one smooth path again. The cool air slips inside clothing, across skin, into every corner where warmth once clung tightly. It loosens the last bits of stored tension, easing them away. Muscles that had already begun to relax soften even more. The jaw lets go, the brow smooths, hands grow heavy and still. Moonlight touches the tops of grasses near the shore, making them shimmer faintly when the breeze moves through. The motion is minimal, just a slight swaying back and forth. The light catches, then releases, then catches again. This soft, repeating pattern creates a natural rhythm that the mind easily follows. The longer the moon hangs in the sky, the deeper the quiet becomes. The sounds of the night narrow down to a few gentle notes, a distant insect song, the faint rustle of a leaf, the almost silent kiss of water against the shore. Everything else falls away. Your awareness drifts inward, carried on the calm surface of the lake. The silver reflection becomes a resting place for the mind, wide and still. Thoughts slow down, one by one, until they feel like those small ripples, brief, harmless, and quickly absorbed back into the quiet. Breathing is easy and full. Inhale cool, clean air. Exhale into the soft, silver darkness. The body feels supported by the ground, by the air, by the night itself. There is nothing to hold up, nothing to manage. Just this slow, floating sense of being here, in this luminous calm. The moon continues to shine steadily, a peaceful presence above the water. Its light does not flicker or fade. It remains a steady center in the sky, anchoring the whole scene in quiet stability. Knowing it is there adds a gentle sense of security. Time now feels far away. Minutes no longer stand apart. They blend into one long, easy moment, like the moon's reflection spreading across the lake. All you feel is the softness of the air, the coolness of the night, the quiet stretch of silver on the water. The silver ripples grow calmer, slower, almost still. The air holds its cool, soothing touch. The trees stand in quiet shadow. The moon hangs above, serene and kind, watching over the resting lake. Everything has slowed, to a hush. The night breathes quietly, the water rests, the light stretches out in a soft, unbroken line, and the whole world seems to drift with it, deeper and deeper into peaceful, glowing stillness. Warm night air lingers gently along the lakeshore, settling over the land in a soft, steady hush. The moonlight rests on the water, quiet and silver, spreading a calm glow across everything it touches. The world feels slower now, deeper, like it has eased itself into a long, peaceful breath. A warm patch of grass waits nearby, soft and welcoming. When you settle onto it, the earth rises to meet you with its steady warmth. The ground feels supportive beneath your body, holding you as if it has all the time in the world. Muscles begin to loosen the moment you rest your weight. Shoulders sink a little, the spine softens, the breath eases. The grass cushions you in a gentle way. Each blade bends under you, shaping itself around your body without effort. Warmth rises from the earth, spreading slowly through your legs, your back, your arms. This warmth carries the memory of the day's sun, softened by night, smoothed into something tender and calm. Nearby, a smooth lakeside rock offers another kind of rest. Its surface holds the cool touch of night and the last warmth of the day at the same time. If you imagine sitting there, the stone feels solid and grounding beneath you. It doesn't shift or sway. It simply supports, steady and sure. That steadiness reaches into your body, helping each part of you settle. The hum of night insects begins to fill the air around you. It's a soft, familiar sound, steady, rhythmic, and gentle. Their quiet song creates a background that asks for nothing, expecting nothing. It simply flows, a soft reminder that the night is alive in its own calm way. The air moves slowly over your skin. It is warm at first, warm enough to relax tight muscles and soften the chest. Then a faint coolness follows, rising from the lake's surface. The two temperatures blend in a soothing balance. Warmth loosens, coolness settles. Together they create a sense of ease that sinks deeper with every breath. Each inhale feels slower now. The chest rises gently, filling with night air that smells faintly of pine, grass, and water. Each exhale lasts a little longer, letting your body release more of its weight into the earth. The rhythm becomes natural, unforced, like a quiet flow of air moving through a peaceful space. The muscles in your neck relax. The jaw softens. Even the small muscles around the eyes begin to let go. It happens gradually, like a slow melt spreading downward through the body. Heaviness grows, but it's a comforting heaviness, the kind that makes you feel safe, held, and calm. Insects continue their soft chorus, rising and falling in gentle patterns. Their hum blends with the distant sound of water touching the shore. The two sounds merge into a single, soothing backdrop. Nothing stands out, nothing startles. Everything in the night seems tuned to the same peaceful, steady tone. The grass beneath you stays warm. The earth supports your weight with quiet strength. You feel grounded, connected to the land in a way that makes the body feel heavier and lighter at the same time. Heavier in the muscles, lighter in the mind. The breeze drifts through again, carrying a faint scent of warm soil and cool water. It brushes across your skin like a soft hand. Each time it moves through, your breath deepens on its own. The body instinctively follows its pace. Slow, smooth, unhurried. The night deepens around you. Shadows soften. Light fades into gentle hues. The silence between each sound becomes longer, as if the world is spreading itself out to make room for rest. You feel that same spreading inside yourself, like space opening gently in the chest and around the mind. Warmth gathers in your limbs. Your hands feel heavier. Your legs sink deeper into the earth. Every part of the body begins to surrender, letting itself be held without resistance. The support beneath you feels complete, steady, and patient. Even the smallest movements inside you begin to slow. Thoughts drift more quietly, rising and falling like faint ripples on the lake. They soften as soon as they appear, dissolving into the stillness of the night. The space around them grows calm and wide. The hum of the insects becomes almost melodic. The breeze settles into a slow rhythm. The lake rests without movement. Everything around you has embraced the stillness. The night no longer feels dark. It feels soft, warm, and deeply familiar. Your breath continues to match this slow, unfolding calm. Inhale, gentle and full. Exhale, long and easy. With every cycle, your body sinks deeper into the warm ground. You feel carried, cradled by the earth beneath you. Silence expands between each sound. The air grows softer. The night seems to draw a long, peaceful breath of its own, inviting you to sink into the same quiet rhythm. Muscles that once held tension now rest fully. The whole body settles into the warm patch of grass or the cool, smooth rock, completely supported. Nothing pulls your attention outward. Nothing asks you to move. You rest in a space where time has slowed to a gentle crawl. The body is heavy. The mind is quiet. The night is calm. Warm air, soft insects, the steady earth beneath you. All of it blends into one deep, soothing stillness. And you settle into it, quietly, easily, sinking deeper into the soft calm of the night. Night has settled fully around the lake, deep and quiet. The air is warm and still, holding the softness of summer. The shoreline rests in gentle shadow, calm and unhurried. Above, the sky opens wide. Darkness has deepened into a rich, velvety blue. Against it, the first stars shine softly, scattered like tiny points of warm light. They do not flash or rush. They simply glow, steady and patient. More stars appear as your gaze lingers upward. One by one, they reveal themselves, until the sky feels sprinkled with countless small lights. Some are faint, barely visible at the edge of vision. Others are stronger, shining with a steady presence that feels comforting and sure. The moon still hangs above the lake, but the stars around it add another layer of calm. Their gentle glow stretches across the sky, forming clusters, lines, and patterns. Some of these patterns hint at familiar shapes. Others simply exist as small gatherings of light, distant and peaceful. Far away, a faint band of stars seems to drift in a long arc above the trees. It feels almost like a soft path across the sky, stretching into the distance. This arc invites your thoughts to drift along with it, to wander slowly without effort, to soften and spread out into the warm darkness. On the surface of the lake, the stars find their reflection. Tiny points of light shimmer on the water like scattered sparks. Each one flickers gently as the water moves. A small ripple turns a single star into a short, wavering line. Then, as the ripple fades, the reflection comes back to stillness. The water holds the sky in its own quiet way. When the lake is calm, it mirrors the stars almost perfectly, creating a sense of endlessness. Lights above and lights below, stretching into a gentle infinity. That feeling of depth and space reaches inside you, clearing room in the mind. The air carries a soft warmth that rests lightly on the skin. Beneath it, a hint of coolness moves slowly, rising from the water and the earth. This mix of warm and cool helps the body loosen and the mind unwind. Breathing becomes easy, smooth, unforced. In the distance, the shapes of trees are only silhouettes now, dark against the glowing sky. Their details have faded into simple outlines. This simplicity makes the world feel less busy, less crowded. There is only the dark line of the trees, the wide sky, and the still water. Stars form loose constellations overhead. A small group gathers in a compact cluster. Another stretches into a long, gentle curve. Each group seems to drift. Even though it stands still, the feeling of drifting comes from you, from the way your awareness moves slowly among the lights. Thoughts move the same way now, soft, spacious, unhurried. One rises and passes across your awareness, like a star sliding from one edge of the sky to the other. Then it fades, leaving behind more quiet, more room for stillness. The night air is almost silent. Only the faint hum of insects and the soft sigh of distant water interrupt the quiet. These sounds are gentle and low, blending into the background. They make the silence feel fuller, richer, like a soft blanket of sound that never disturbs. The stars seem to breathe with the night. Their light does not change, but something about the way you see them feels alive, gently pulsing. Eyes trace the patterns between them, the small spaces, the larger gaps, the delicate lines that connect one star to another. This slow tracing calms the mind even further. Occasionally, a cloud passes high overhead. It moves slowly, almost unnoticeable, like a faint smudge drifting across the sky. As it passes in front of a group of stars, their light dims for a moment. Then, as the cloud slips away, the stars return, clear and bright again. This gentle change adds to the sense of time stretching out, easy and slow. The lake continues to hold the sky. Reflected stars shimmer on the water whenever the surface moves. Tiny fish might stir beneath, or a soft breeze might pass over, sending thin rings of motion outward. The reflections tremble, then settle, then tremble again. Each small movement is soothing. Breathing in, the chest fills with cool, star-washed air. Breathing out, everything inside softens a little more. The body feels anchored to the ground, yet the mind feels light and expansive, like it has spread outward to touch the edges of the sky. Some stars appear warmer, with a faint hint of gold. Others are pale and icy. Together, they create a gentle contrast that holds the eye without strain. There is no need to focus on any one point. The whole sky becomes a soft field of light, easy to rest in. As you rest in this moment, the awareness of your body and the awareness of the sky begin to blend. The heaviness of relaxed muscles grounds you. The lightness of the stars lifts your thoughts. Between these two feelings, weight and weightlessness, there is deep calm. The longer you linger under the stars, the more spacious everything feels. Any tightness inside seems to stretch and loosen. Concerns that once felt close and pressing drift outward, becoming small and distant, like faint stars at the edge of vision. They lose their sharpness, their urgency. Time continues to slow until it feels like the night might last forever. Not in a way that is heavy or endless, but in a way that is deeply peaceful. Each moment stretches out, giving you room to breathe, to rest, to simply be. The water grows even calmer, its surface almost perfectly smooth in places. Reflected stars lie on it like tiny, scattered gems. Somewhere in the distance, a small wave reaches the shore and fades with a soft sigh. Then stillness returns. Above, the sky holds steady. Constellations remain where they are, watching over the lake and the land. Their presence is constant, quiet, and reassuring. They do not change quickly. They do not disappear. They simply shine. The night's soft glow wraps around you, from the stars, from the moon, from the faint reflections on the water. It is not bright. It is gentle and warm, like a comforting hand resting lightly over the whole scene. Breath by breath, everything inside you continues to unwind. The mind feels open and wide, like the summer sky. The body feels calm and heavy, like the earth at rest. The lake lies between them, reflecting the peace of both. Stars above, stars on the water, warm air, deep quiet, and a sense of endless space. All of it holding you softly as you drift deeper into stillness. Beneath the calm, glowing sky, warm night air rests gently over the lakeside, wrapped in deep quiet. The world has slowed to its softest pace. Everything around you feels calm, like the night has settled in and is now holding you in its gentle arms. The lake lies still, its surface dark and smooth. Every now and then, a faint ripple moves across it, carrying a soft glimmer of moonlight or the glow of a distant star. The water's quiet presence adds a cool, steady peace to the warm air. Grass beneath you feels soft and supportive. The ground is warm from the long summer day, and that warmth rises slowly into your body. It moves through your legs, your back, into your shoulders, easing any remaining tension. The earth accepts your weight completely, without question, without effort. A smooth rock nearby holds a deeper coolness, steady and grounded. Its firm surface anchors the space around you. Between the soft grass and the solid stone, the whole lakeshore feels safe, peaceful, and sure. Your body takes that in, relaxing deeper with each breath. A gentle breeze drifts in from the water. It moves slowly across your skin, bringing the faint scent of lake, earth, and pine. Warmth comes first, soft and familiar. Then a cool thread follows, like the night's own quiet breath. Together, they soothe every part of you, as if the air is smoothing away the last details of the day. In the pines nearby, branches shift in the light wind. Needles rustle softly, creating a low, whispering sound that flows gently through the dark. It's a sound without edges, a long, continuous murmur that moves in waves, then fades, then returns again. Listening, you feel yourself moving with it, drifting in the same easy rhythm. Along the shore, water touches the land in slow, distant sighs. A small wave reaches the sand, then pulls back, leaving behind a hush. Another follows, then another, steady and unhurried. That soft, repeating sound feels like the lake is breathing, calm and deep. Farther out, the surface shimmers with moonlight. A long path of pale silver stretches from the far shore toward you. It quivers gently with each tiny motion of the water. The glow is steady, but not rigid. It bends and softens, flowing with the night. Up above, stars scatter across the sky. Some shine bright and clear, others are faint and far away. They form loose groups and quiet patterns, each one drifting slowly across the darkness. The sky feels wide and open, stretching beyond what the eyes can see, inviting the mind to soften and expand. Here and there, a firefly still glows near the grass. Its light flickers softly, appearing and fading in no hurry at all. For a moment, it vanishes into the dark, then returns with a warm, gentle blink. Its reflection dances on the water, then dissolves into the lake's smooth surface. Night insects hum in the background, stitching the silence together with their quiet song. The sound never rises or breaks. It stays low and steady, a simple rhythm that fills the space without crowding it. This hum blends with the breeze, the water, the whispering pines, until everything becomes one soft, continuous calm. Your breath matches the pace of the night. Each inhale is slow and easy, gliding into the chest without effort. Each exhale is even slower, drifting out and carrying away any leftover strain. The body responds on its own, growing heavier, more relaxed, more at rest. Muscles loosen, layer by layer. The face softens, the neck releases. The chest feels open and free. Arms and legs become pleasantly heavy, full of warmth and ease. You are completely supported, from head to toe, by the ground beneath you and the night around you. Thoughts grow light and thin, like small clouds passing through a high sky. They appear briefly, then drift away, losing their shape as they move. There is no need to follow them, no need to hold them. The night is wide enough to carry them all far into the distance. The breeze brushes across your skin again, a little slower this time. It feels like a soft hand smoothing the surface of the evening, smoothing the surface of your mind. Every time it returns, your body sinks deeper into the warm grass, the solid earth, the quiet space of the lakeshore. Stars shimmer over the water, their reflections trembling gently with the smallest ripples. These tiny movements of light are soothing to the eyes, to the mind, to the body. They give you just enough to notice, without ever asking you to think. Just soft motion in a soft night. Time seems to stretch out and thin. Seconds blend into each other, like waves blending into the lake. There is no rush, no next thing, no need to move. Only this slow, floating feeling of being carried by the night. The sounds around you grow a little more distant, as if the world is stepping back to give you more space to rest. The lakes sigh, the insects hum, the pines whisper. They are still there, but they hold themselves gently at the edge of awareness. Close enough to comfort, far enough to let you drift. Warm night air wraps around you like a light blanket. It holds you without holding tight, letting you sink into your own stillness. The earth supports you from below. The sky opens above. You rest in the quiet place between them, safe and calm. Each breath becomes shallower, lighter, slower. Thoughts become softer, quieter, fewer. The body feels as though it is melting into the ground, becoming part of the warm shore, the cool night, the calm water. The night carries you now, on its soft breezes, on its distant water sounds, on its quiet, steady hum. You don't have to try to relax. You are already relaxing. You don't have to try to sleep. Sleep is already moving toward you, slow and gentle, like the moonlight over the lake. The world around you stays warm, dark, and kind. Stars hold their places above the water. Trees stand watch in soft shadow. The lake lies still, peaceful, and deep. Everything is exactly as it should be, and you drift with the night, deeper, softer, further into quiet, as the warm summer darkness holds you and carries you and slowly, gently lets you slip into deep, easy sleep. Warm night air holds steady over the lakeshore, soft and calm, wrapping the world in a deep, gentle quiet. The sky above is still, wide and dark, carrying the steady glow of the moon and the faint shimmer of distant stars. Everything has slowed into a peaceful hush, as if the whole night is resting with you. The grass beneath you remains warm and supportive. Its softness cradles your body with a familiar ease, letting every muscle stay loose and heavy. The earth feels steady beneath you, steady in a way that asks for nothing at all. It simply holds you calmly and without effort. The lake continues its quiet breathing. A faint ripple drifts outward, then fades. Another follows a long moment later. These small motions are subtle, almost hidden, but their rhythm is soothing. Water and air move together in long, slow waves that echo through the stillness. A soft breeze brushes the edges of the night. It carries the cool scent of water and pine, slipping across your skin in light, gentle strokes. Each time it returns, it feels quieter than before, as if even the breeze is settling into its own kind of rest. Warm air lingers underneath, unmoving and kind. Insects hum softly in the distance. Their voices have grown dimmer now, blending into the night as a low, steady murmur. No single sound stands out. Everything melts into a smooth, continuous quiet that wraps around you like a blanket. The world is holding itself in careful calm. Your breath moves slowly, rising and falling in an easy rhythm. Inhale, and the night enters smoothly, cool and soft. Exhale, and the body releases a little more weight, sinking deeper into the warm ground. Each cycle becomes smaller, slower, drifting toward stillness. The stars overhead shine with a gentle glow. They feel far away, yet comforting, like tiny lanterns glowing above the lake. Their reflections stretch across the water in faint, trembling lines that shimmer once, then fade, then shimmer again. These soft patterns invite your thoughts to loosen and drift wherever they wish to go. The trees stand in quiet shadow, perfectly still. Their branches barely move now, resting after the breeze has passed. They create a peaceful edge around the lake, a dark, steady circle that makes the center of the night feel even softer. Their presence adds to the sense of safety, as though the whole lakeshore is wrapped in calm. The moments grow longer. Each breath feels like it stretches out into a slow drift. Each sound seems to carry itself away into the distance. Even the air feels lighter, thinner, as if the night is gently dissolving into rest. Nothing tugs at your attention. Nothing asks for your focus. Everything simply is. Warmth stays close to your skin, comforting and slow. The coolness of the night brushes only the surface, keeping you settled and grounded. Your body is heavy, supported, completely at ease. Thoughts have thinned to soft impressions, rising and floating away without form. If a breeze moves through again, it does so quietly, almost invisibly. It touches the water, it stirs the grass, it slips across your face, like a sigh fading into the dark. Its softness encourages your breath to become even slower, even lighter, until each inhale is just a whisper of air. The lake's edge glows faintly under the moonlight, a thin line of silver that gently marks where water meets land. That line stays still even as the water shifts in tiny movements. It acts like a quiet anchor for the eyes and for the mind, a calm point that supports the whole scene. Every part of the night has softened into its gentlest form. Sounds have lowered, light has dimmed, the warmth of the ground has deepened. Even time feels stretched out, as if each second is resting in place before moving on. Your breath follows this softness. Your body follows this stillness. With each passing moment, you drift deeper into the comforting quiet, carried by the warmth, the darkness, the easy rhythm of the lake. If a thought rises, it floats for a moment, then dissolves into the wide space around you. The night holds whatever remains, leaving nothing for you to carry. Everything becomes simple. Everything becomes slow. The world around you rests. The lake rests, the sky rests, and you rest with them, held in the gentle cradle of warm, quiet darkness. Nothing more needs to happen. Nothing more needs to be done. The night will continue to hold you long after the words fade. Warm air, still water, soft darkness. All of it drifting with you, easing you deeper, settling you completely into calm until you slip softly, quietly into rest.